Hello friends, welcome back to Innovations in Marketing and Marketing of Innovations. We are discussing integrated marketing communication. Last session we talked about different modes or methods of communication, and we discussed the relevance and the scope of innovation within those methods, interrelationship in terms of innovation within the methods and between the methods and so on. And now we would be, as we started doing that, we would be going ahead with different methods which are prominent, scope of innovation within the methods first of all, and then I would briefly go for the interrelationship with reference to innovation between the methods later on. And then, as I said, I would be following the perspective which we have been building around in terms of developing a sphere of understanding with concentricity of integrated marketing communication and innovation traversing towards other P's and other elements of marketing. This is one of the most interesting sections in terms of marketing and scope for innovation in marketing, although innovation traditionally in terms of marketing has been seen with the perspective of product and product development, and a lot of literature has been written on that, and then thankfully so we are going ahead with lots of innovation in product sphere. But if we somehow do not do justice to other P's in terms of being innovative, how that innovation gets justified and actually materializes, that becomes a big question that we would be referring to in the section which I would be addressing specifically on marketing of innovations, where I would be choosing examples of some technology or high technology products, some ground level rural based products, water based products, some energy based products, some newer innovations which are taking place all around us, and I would be talking about how to market those, how those have been marketed, what problems they have faced, so as to justify this section wherein we are thinking in terms of innovations in marketing. That would actually structuralize all the discussions we have been having here, and there we would be trying to put up a lot of examples and case studies for you to make it more interesting. So, here we go. The first element is direct marketing, sales promotion, and then public relations, which I would be trying to touch upon as far as this session goes. But the most important question which we have to be reminded of at the earliest most part of, as far as all these three and precisely direct marketing, is that how innovative we can be in terms of direct marketing, how innovative we can be. This can perspective comes in. You see, direct marketing itself is an innovation. Direct marketing probably would have started in terms of getting farther reach amongst the customers and pinpointed reach, targeting them specifically. And as I said that we have traversed a long way from larger segmentation based philosophy towards micro segments and targeting, and we are moving ahead in this discussion alongside with that kind of a perspective which we have built up. We have also tried to build up value chain marketing, as you would remember. So, here the most important element is that direct marketing probably would have started with that kind of a perspective of reach to the customer, as well as reduction of the cost, as well as compensating advertising in terms of bringing the perspective of the product nearer to the customer with a larger understanding and making them understand about the products basically. And we have talked about examples like Eurekaphobes and those kind of things. So, you see how innovative we can be, but when we say how innovative we can be, we have to remember that how innovative the person who is marketing on the organization's behalf can be. So, how innovative the marketer can be. And that is the most important element which we have to understand. You see, the highest level of innovation can come forward through belief in the product by a direct marketer, and we have talked about belief last time. So, I would not be going much into the details of what we have discussed last time basically. So, but most important point is that how innovative this person can be in terms of projecting that belief, and for this how innovative organization can be in terms of training this person. You would say that this is a human resource kind of a perspective, but remember one thing, that we are talking about innovation in a composite fashion. It is never there that this person would be innovative by himself or herself. This person has to be made innovative in terms of as far as reaching to the customer goes. I remember that Inalsa started selling food processors directly to the consumers, and this very intelligent, learned salesperson used to come to the houses of, or used to go to the houses of people basically. A prefixed appointment is there, because ultimately you have to create, you have to demonstrate how food processor works. So, you have to ask the household for some raw material as well, some vegetables which he can demonstrate in terms of how to cut those vegetables, some dough to to how to prepare that, and those kind of things are there. Some lassi if you want to prepare that, some juice if you want to extract that, and those kind of things have to be there. So, this person is devoting 2.5 hours per household, and he comes with a prefixed appointment. Household is also very excited that they would be looking at something which can be utilized for almost every kitchen function except for cooking. And then the story starts, you have different kinds of ingredients ready with you, and you want to quiz that person with lots of questions in terms of how tough this gadget can be, what is the strength of the motor, and how what kind of cutters and blades are there, and so on, and he is very happily demonstrating that. It was a fairly high priced equipment those days. Still food processors are not very cost effective or low priced, but those days it was an equipment which you were sparing your money to purchase basically. And Inalsa built up a structure around that, and they became very successful in terms of as far as sales of food processors go. But I am specifically referring to the person who would go there. This person not only was expert in terms of ingredients, this person was also expert in terms of processing those ingredients, because you are selling food processor. This person was as far as his ability in terms of how to cook is also there basically. He understands food very well, nutrition value very well. He understands kind of different kinds of recipes very well, and he understands how Indian families they cook and what do they want in their food very well. So, that kind of a demonstration worked for Inalsa. Similar kind of efforts were being done in case of dishwashers, although carrying dishwasher to every home for demonstration was not very easy kind of thing, but then demonstrations were organized at different locations in different groups, but dishwasher sales did not work so much. It did well, but not so much, especially in tier 2, tier 3, these kind of cities. And this is precisely the point I am trying to make. So, it depends upon how innovative this person can be in terms of traversing his belief about the product, and how innovative the training can be. So, are you choosing people who know everything about food? It is a difficult task. That means you are training them well as far as the whole perspective goes. So, while teaching them behavioral and marketing, marketing research elements also come into play. They have to be told about how proper marketing research is being conducted. They have to be told about that what are the research elements you should be having in mind while demonstrating the product, because simultaneously you are conducting marketing research and you are bringing that feedback to the organization as well, and you are focusing upon the behavioral elements of research which you have learned in due course of time as far as this whole situation goes. So, this is where the scope of innovation in terms of direct marketing comes into play, and that is where this whole innovation story starts. If we are effectively innovative in terms of our methods of direct marketing, we are creative enough to project the product in the right spirit in front of the customers, customer sales would be effective. So, what can come up? For examples, this is again a very interesting perspective, and I was just thinking in terms of how we can be innovative in terms of other products which we do not usually go for in terms of direct marketing. For example, automotive sales is a showroom sales basically, but then some direct marketing element is also involved there. We go for trials or test drives with customers, and test drive is an essential feature. We invite customers and motivate customers to book test drives nowadays. So, but again for automotives going for can they go for personal selling, but how? And that is where innovation and creation creativity comes in as far as direct sales go. If you want to go for automotive sales through direct marketing, for example, one fine morning this executive drives at your doorsteps with an appointment or without an appointment, and he says that, okay, let me take you to the office today as far as this vehicle goes, why don't you drive with me to the office? And big cities, it would be a joyous kind of a thing. If at all this can be materialized somehow, one can think of. I am just putting a thought in front of you on being innovative in the case of the products which are not being directly marketed, and that is the perspective which we have to gain in due course of time. For example, can automotive companies plan for excursions, family excursions, wherein they they just lend you this vehicle, and they let you go, and every city you have people who would be supporting you with the trial of this new vehicle for a few days, for example. When I was serving with a media organization, I remember there was a product two-wheeler launched by a company, and they sent few vehicles for few days for us to try out. But that was for the expert opinion. We were in the field of media, so they were taking us as experts, and they wanted to take our view on that, basically technological view as well as efficiency view and so on. But can we do this for consumers largely and the customers? So, that is the perspective of as far as being innovative in the cases where scope of innovation of direct marketing doesn't seems to be there. And you see, here I would suggest that please do not define IMC in relation to product category. For example, as I am telling you that automotives cannot be sold directly through direct marketing. We should not do that. We should try to find out the scope of integrated marketing communication vis-a-vis all the product categories which we have in mind. So, all the categories should be, where can we go for which kind of a communication should not be a barring or barrier kind of an element in front of us as far as this thing goes. Now, I would be taking you through some definitional framework before I traverse into other kinds of discussions on as far as the whole situation goes. So, you see, American Marketing Association talks about direct marketing as in the total of activities by which the seller, in effecting the exchange of goods and services with the buyer, directs efforts to a target audience using one or more media: direct selling, direct mail, telemarketing, direct action advertising, catalog selling, cable selling, etc. for the purpose of soliciting a response by phone, mail or personal visit from a prospect or a customer. Directly getting in touch with the customer without an intermediary is direct marketing, as you understand. And directly getting in touch with the customer, how innovatively you can get directly in touch with the customer is where an innovation in terms of direct marketing comes in. Now, for example, can we drop mailers through drones? Is it not possible? It is. In today's era, when actually we are delivering boxes and couriers through drones, we have started thinking about that. Some places we find that people are doing that. Why can't we send our messages through drones? Basically, it it might not excite them beyond a certain point, but definitely drone coming to you with your permission and dropping a greeting and a message to you from the side of the company and saying, okay, here is your thing basically. So, that is the perspective we have to think in terms of as far as the whole situation goes. So, you see, and then further the book which we are referring to, Kotler, Keller, Ang, Tang, Leong, Marketing Management Asian Perspective, says that direct marketing is the use of consumer direct channels to reach and deliver goods and services to customers without using marketing middlemen. As I said, direct marketing seek a measurable response, typically a customer order. This is sometimes called direct order marketing. Direct marketing is a fast growing avenue, partly in response to the high and increasing cost of reaching business markets through a sales force. That is what precisely has been the thought, but the innovative thought associated with this is that cost is one element. Can we be complementarily using direct marketing with less of advertising or larger of advertising to emphasize the point in terms of whatever we are thinking in as far as getting directly in touch with the customers. Sales produced through traditional direct marketing channels, catalogs, direct mail, telemarketing have been growing rapidly, as the book says. And these are few of the elements of as far as direct marketing goes: personal selling, direct mail, email marketing, mobile marketing. You can discuss these points on, and you would find so much of scope of innovation as far as the whole situation goes. As I tried to put up a thought around automotive sales in terms of personal selling goes, and then direct mailers through drones, these kind of things can be brought up as far as the whole situation goes. And mobile marketing, when I think about, I always think of caller tunes. You see, caller tunes are the marketing modes for the mobile communication companies. They give you so many caller tunes as options, and you subscribe to them, those caller tunes, and those can be installed on your phone, and someone would hear that kind of a tune once they dial to you, or you would hear your favorite tune once someone dials to you, or dial is an old word, but definitely someone contacts you. So, that kind of a perspective is as far as there, but then can we use caller tunes with reference to the sales perspective of different kinds of products? For example, have we tried to offer the companies, like for example, if we talk about, and it is a hypothetical situation, I am not saying that we should be precisely talking about one company, I am just using as an example with a disclaimer that I do not want to put up that this company is thinking that way or this company should be thinking that way. It is not the case. So, just take it as a disclaimer that I am using it as an example. For example, Amul. Now, this advertisement says utterly butterly delicious Amul. Now, can this be a caller tune? And have you thought about that? Has Amul been thinking about that? Has for example, Airtel or Vodafone, they have been talking to Amul about that? If we put up your caller tune somewhere in our bouquet, what kind of a price you would like to pay, and what kind of response you would like to have from the customer side. So, can these kind of things, some jingles can be brought, tandurusti ki raksha karta hai life. You see, can this be a caller tune? I do not know. You see, it's a wild wide thinking basically. But again, you see, some may have these kind of innovative perspectives as far as mobile marketing goes. And this idea came to me when as I was telling you in my last session, that do boon zindagi ki, can this be a caller tune? Yes, it can be, because in COVID-19, do gaz duri, mask hai zaruri was a caller tune. So, why can't all the companies, they have mobile caller tune based jingle development, and this would write a different kind of an era, because the most important thing which touches you at this moment, touches every customer at this moment, is the caller tune, and that is the most important part. And we should not be charging that from the customer, we should be charging that from the company. And if you hear utterly butterly delicious Amul 10 times a day, someone calling you, and you call someone and someone hears tandurusti ki, I don't know how happy the other person would be basically, but that AI can take care of that in terms of having this kind of a perspective around. So, that is where we should be thinking of as far as the whole situation goes. And this is how I am trying to inculcate a perspective around innovation in marketing in your minds, that direct marketing and elements of direct marketing can be thought of with with reference to how innovative we can be. Telemarketing is the use of telephone and call centers to attract prospects, sell to existing customers. We all know that, we understand this kind of a definition. Personal selling can be defined as the process of person to person communication between salesperson, and we understand this. But again, the point is how telemarketing can be innovative, how AI can support telemarketing timing basically. Why should a person listen to you even if that person does not have a requirement of that product? How would you know that this particular moment this person is actually requiring this kind of a product? For example, if a person is ordering food and somehow the associated ordering system takes that person towards a telemarketing situation as well while demonstrating future menu of one of the organizations, again it is a thought. You see, marketing research tells us that this age group is going for housing, but as I said that we are going for micro segments now, and we have lot of inputs from as far as our understanding of a customer through AI based kind of things basically, and we are in touch with every human being more or less who is carrying mobile phone through whatever they are discussing and talking, and that is how this whole situation, this whole globe is working as of now. We understand those kind of things, we bifurcate those kind of things, but why can't we be innovative in terms of as far as reaching to the customer without customer feeling an intrusion? And that is the most important thing which one must understand. Direct mail marketing involves sending an offer, announcement, reminder or other items to a person using highly selective mailing lists. Direct marketers send out millions of mail pieces each year, letters, flyers, foldouts and other salespeople with wings, that is precisely drones and mailers. But again, the point is that somehow these letters, they are losing that touch, and I strongly suggest that we should be visiting or revisiting how to write letters. I have not seen for quite many years that students or people or marketers are being taught on how to write good letters, which a person sticks to. Person awaits that letter. You see, sometimes I feel that in today's world when so many people are isolated and they are stuck up with their mobile phones for different kinds of needs, basically we can be innovative through as far as mobile communication goes, but can we create a beautiful letter structure wherein we are addressing our customer continuously with so many things along with introducing newer products many a times, but can we do something so that the customer awaits our letter communication, that this letter has reached to the customer and customer opens it up and customer wishes that every now and then 15 days or month or 6 months some letter from this kind of an organization should come to me which I want to read. Have we ever thought of that these kind of letters can be sent to people who await communication of that sort, who are not being communicated by anyone in this largely crowded but isolated world? Can we think of these kind of things? That is where direct mailing and those kind of innovations they come in. Email is an online communication as we all know, but again marketing via email, what kinds of email? So similar to letter what I am trying to say here, and mobile marketing I have just suggested a loud thinking as far as the perspective goes. Direct marketing has evolved even further in current time and businesses using a variety of digital channels to reach to customers, as I said. From targeted ads on search engines to retargeting campaigns on social media, modern direct marketing is incredibly sophisticated and effective, and we have seen that. So businesses can create highly targeted marketing campaigns now that drive conversions and build brand loyalty by exploring the adoption of AI, by personalizing marketing technology stacks and so on. And you see, KitKat did this a bit, and this is an example which justifies our discussion, and there can be so many examples, but my effort here is to inculcate a thought process amongst you, so that you can think in terms of how far we can use direct marketing innovatively, and that is why I threw some thoughts in front of you. So, companies in food, especially processed food and packaging companies, often use direct marketing to promote their products. Nestle did the same when they decided to launch their Kit Kat Chunky chocolate bar. Chunky chocolate bar, a very interesting name, and they did something very interesting also. The company sent out mails that looked like missed delivery letters. Although the thought which I am trying to put up in front of you is that people should await that communication which should come from Kit Kat someday. They may think that way. It's just a suggestion, disclaimer, nothing to do with Kit Kat. It's just a thought. So, they send out the mails that look like missed delivery letters that postal delivery worker leave when they are not able to deliver a package. Rather than claiming that the delivery could not be made, the letter stated that the package was too chunky for your letterbox and hence could not be posted. People receiving the mails were given the option to exchange their cards for a free Kit Kat Chunky bar at their local news agent. I would go as far as suggesting that once the person has read that letter, coupon comes out, almost same time, within few minutes, someone goes there to the doorstep and saying, sir or ma'am, please give that coupon to me and here is your Chunky bar. Why should a person go to the stop to purchase Chunky bar? That is the perspective which one should think in terms of as far as the whole situation goes. And you see, traditionally there was a time when advertising was not very prominent, direct marketing was the mode of communication as well as sales, and largely the sales promotion as well. Then the retail setup became prominent and we have talked about that. But here in due course of time, companies like Amway, Eureka Forbes, Oriflame, and I have talked about these earlier as well, they showed us that these kind of models, HLL, Patanjali also, Patanjali is not very prominently into direct marketing, but they have a direct connect with the customer as well. So, several companies in due course of time have shown us that at the end of the day you can be creative, save cost, and you can be in touch with the customer at length for a longer time, so as to emphasize that kind of a brand value which you carry along in terms of your product goes. And when I would be talking about the concentricity of these kind of elements, after the interrelationship of these elements, you would realize that direct marketing may itself be a concentric element to develop product, price and place as well. I would be coming back with two more elements along with other elements in my next session, wherein I would be first of all emphasizing upon sales promotion and then personal selling to strengthen the argument which we are building around individual elements, or I should say methods of communication. And till then I would strongly suggest that try to think innovatively, how innovative we can be in terms of sales promotion, how innovative we can be in terms of personal selling, how innovative we can be in terms of television advertising, and what innovation we would expect from organization to be in to exemplify in terms of television advertising or radio advertising and so on. Keep going along, keep reading, keep watching advertisements around you, keep marking out the scope for innovation as well as innovation which companies are doing. I will be catching up with you in my next session. Till then, goodbye.